Hey you guys, today I want to show you a really quick and easy tutorial on how to make labels for drawers, anything really that you want to make labels for. So stick around if you want to see how to do that. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below, hit the notification bell right next to the subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my future content, and hit the like button for this video if you want to see more content like it. Okay, first things first is you need to figure out what you want the labels to say. So I'm planning on putting labels like right around here on each of the drawers or even at the top right there so that I know exactly what I have in them. I went through and decluttered my makeup. I did it again since you've seen that video and gotten rid of more stuff. But I also went ahead and put down in here like specific things for makeup and so forth. So I went through and figured out what I wanted them to say. So I want this one to say eyes, this one to say face, lip and brushes, nails, and then miscellaneous on both of these. I could just choose to leave these blank, but I'm just going to go ahead and put miscellaneous so that you guys can see how to do this. So I'm going to go over to my computer now and show you how to create these labels and cut them out and then how to apply them. Okay, so here we're just going to click New Project. And we go into our new project screen, and I'm actually just going to click on the text button here on the left, click that, and I'm going to type in the text that I want it to say. So for this one, it's going to say eyes, and so on and so forth for the rest of the ones that I had. So eyes, face, lips and brushes, nails, miscellaneous, miscellaneous times 2. And actually when I get to miscellaneous, I'm going to show you how to, whoops, I misspelled that. When I get to miscellaneous to the end of that, I'm going to show you how to just duplicate that in a really easy way. Clearly I was having trouble typing here. So we've got lips and brushes, and we're going to go to nails, and I'm going to do the text each time, clicking the text button in between so that I can add new text to it. And then I'm actually just going to right click on miscellaneous and hit duplicate, and there you have the duplicated word, since I want it to say the exact same thing. So I'm going to choose the font, and I'm not really sure which font I'm going to use, so give me just a second while I start looking through. Once I come back to it and choose a font, I'll let you know exactly what I choose. Okay, so I decided on a font called Arab Brushstroke Regular, and I'm just going in and clicking each of the words that I have, and I'm clicking, I'm typing in that font and just clicking that font right there, and you can see that it's applying it to each of them. What I could have done for the miscellaneous words is actually just waited until I changed the font and the size, and then duplicated it from there, and I'll show you that at the end. But here I'm going in and I'm clicking the unlock button at the top, and I'm changing the height to 1 inch and the width to 4 inches. I'm going to go through and do that on each. I'm going to click the lock button there so that it locks that into the height and the length that I want, and I'm changing it there as well. And then I'm just going to click on each one of these going forward to make sure that they're length 4 inches, height 1 inch. This all depends on what space you're going to put these labels on. So if you have a different area that you're working with, make sure to measure that really well and know what's going to fit where before you cut anything. And so like I said, I'm just going in and I'm changing each of these height and width. And once I'm done with that, I'm actually just going to click this miscellaneous, delete it, and duplicate this one. Like I said, once I had it actually set, I needed 2 of those exact ones. So now that I've done that, that's all set, and I am good to go. So I'm just checking to make sure every font is how I want it. I'm going to click Make It. And here it's going to show you each of the words on the mat that it's going to print on. So you can actually move them around on the mat and place them where you want. So I'm moving them around so that when they actually cut out, they're easier to cut around so I can get the individual words that I want to use. I don't need to mirror this there, as you can see, because it's going to go on transfer tape. So it's already set the way it needs to be. We're going to click Continue, and here it's just going to connect to my Cricut. Once it's connected to my Cricut, it's going to ask you to set the material. Make sure that you've turned the dial on your Cricut to vinyl, and that's why you see up there it says base material set to vinyl. I am going to load the mat into the Cricut machine now, And now I'm just going to hit fast mode because we're just doing letters, so it cuts that pretty easily. And then over on the Cricut machine, I'm going to press go, and it's going to show you here on the screen now that it's preparing to send it to the machine. It's talking to my machine right now and letting it know, hey, this is what we're cutting, and now it's cutting it. So I will actually fast forward this because this can take a minute. Okay, so I chose this holographic vinyl by Cricut. I think they still sell it, so you can check it out. I'm sure I got it at Michael's, somewhere like that. And let me point this down so that you can see what I'm doing on here. Okay, so I'm just taking the holographic vinyl. I'm actually just taking it, and I want to cut a section of it to go on here. It's always harder when it's a new roll because it's all rolled up. But if you just take it, lay it on the corners here, line it up so that it's straight, and there we go. So I'm going to put this in here, make sure that this is set to vinyl. It's connected, so it says set to vinyl. Everything there you're checking. You want to load it up on your Cricut here. And I'm going to go ahead and click fast mode because it's just letters, and I'm going to turn you so you guys can see it cutting a little bit better. Okay, so now I'm actually just going to go and cut this where I see that these words have ended, so I'm not cutting off any of the words. And I need to get my weeding tool and then weed out. I can also, if I wanted to, cut out each of the individual words here so that I know which ones I've done and which ones I haven't. And then I'll get my weeding tool and weed out all the letters that I need. And just be careful that you don't cut, if you do this, don't cut into the words. So you need to really pay attention when you're cutting these apart. Okay, so what I did was I went ahead and weeded out everything that I didn't need. So these say eyes. And what I'm going to do is I put them in order of how I want them on the drawers, just because. And now I did trim around each of them so they're as small as they can be. And I'm taking my Expressions vinyl transfer tape, and I'll link it down below if I can find it. And I am just going to lay it on top of it like this. So lay it on top like this, grab my brandishing tool, and then I'm actually just going to cut this off there. And same thing for these three. I'm going to spread them out a little bit. I am going to lay the expression tape on top of it. Now I have these here. I'm going to take my brandishing tool and brandish those really good. Careful not to like nick the actual vinyl. And then I'm going to actually, because I have them on this cutting mat, I'm going to cut them apart here. So now I have 3 different pieces, right? So I'm going to take this one and get it stuck really well onto the transfer tape. Carefully. But you can tell when it's stuck because when you pull it up, it pulls those letters up. It hasn't pulled that up yet. There we go. All right, so because this vinyl is so thick, it's the holographic vinyl, it took a little bit more to get that peeled up, but now you have it on the transfer tape. So I'm going to show you how to transfer it over to the actual drawers, and then that's it. Okay, so we're back over here. I'm going to double check and make sure. This is my eyeshadow drawer here. So we're going to take it, and if it's easier for you, you can actually take the drawer out and remove everything. And you can set it up like this. That way you guys can see it too. So I think I'm going to put it right here. on each of the drawers. So I'm just going to set it there, making sure it's pretty straight. There we go. So there you can see it's on there, but I still have the transfer tape on it. So I'm actually going to take my tool here, get that worked onto it really well. And you'll know when you go to pull it off if it does or doesn't stick, because we'll either release those letters or not, like that E. Boom. There it is. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these drawers and then show you the finished product at the end. Hey guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe channel. Oh my gosh, really easy. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below. Don't forget to hit this. I'm gonna go over to my computer and show you how to print or